I've never seen a rap beef like this. They're going the back and forth. I saw a great Drake release another one yesterday because they've gone back and forth now 4 times apiece.
So what, does someone have to tap out here? Is this to the death?
I saw a great comment that said at this point these niggas are just doing an album together.
Kendrick Lamar finally hit back at Drake's diss tracks, and we gotta say, it was a total blast to watch. So there's this buzz that Kendrick was supposed to team up with Drake and J. Cole for first-person shooter, but apparently he bailed for some reason. The word is Drake and Cole were keen on having Kendrick in the mix, but even without him, every time they mention his name in the track, you kind of feel like he shouldn't have been part of it. Now, I don't know the ins and outs for real. I'm just riding on the gossip train here. Joe Budden dropped this tidbit, and he's usually on the money with his takes. Word on the street is Drake did reach out to Kendrick for a collab, most likely for first-person shooter, but Kendrick wasn't having it, and Drake was pretty bummed out about it. So Drake decided it's gonna be him and Cole at the Super Bowl. Kendrick wasn't too happy either, felt like they were messing with him, making him look like he was in 3rd place. He clapped back big time in his verse, taking direct shots at Drake, who then fired back with his own tracks, Push-Ups and Tailor-Made. Both of Drake's responses were on point. I loved Push-Ups and found Tailor-Made both smart and super funny, but I wasn't really cool with Drake using AI in his tracks, especially using voices of legends like Tupac and Snoop Dogg. I mean, that bit turned me off a bit, though many people found that concept to be pretty clever. Kendrick totally broke the internet when he dropped his diss track Euphoria, and get this, Drake is actually the executive producer of the show by the same name. He clapped back, and man, that track was fire. The only thing I might nitpick is that some of his digs at Drake felt a bit like old news, kinda echoing stuff that Rick Ross, Megan Thee Stallion, and Pusha T already threw at Drake, but the way Kendrick delivered it, absolutely flawless. The wordplay, the double entendres, it was all there, making it a killer track to really sink your teeth into. It wasn't just simple jabs. Kendrick was painting a full-on portrait of Drake, and he did it with style. Loved how he started off slow, then totally flipped the beat and vibe. His flow and delivery were off the charts, and those animated voices he used, especially when he mimicked Drake's Toronto accent, hilarious. Now, did he completely demolish Drake? Maybe not. He didn't go all out, but he definitely scored a point over him, no question. Kendrick had a ton to say about J. Cole and Drake teaming up, and boy, he didn't hold back. He basically said that seeing them all buddy-buddy on stage hurt his feelings. Like, fine, you don't want to work with me? Cool, but I see how it is with you two getting all cozy. And Kendrick, he's not just throwing shade, he's throwing in the whole tree, especially at Drake for switching up his accents. He's like, yeah, Cole and Drake think you're all that, but the crown weighs heavy, right? He even hopes they're his real friends, cause if not, it's like double trouble, hinting at some serious fallout, kind of like what Y&W Melly got tangled up in. Then Kendrick goes on about how annoyed he is with Drake dissing Pharrell after he became the creative director at Louis Vuitton. Kendrick's like, forget all that fake stuff, try picking on someone your own size. He references Pusha T, you know, since when Pusha T went at Drake, Drake kinda backed off. So Kendrick's point is clear, if you can't handle Pusha T, you sure can't handle me. He even compares himself to the boxer Terrence Crawford, saying he's ready to throw down if needed. And man, he doesn't stop there. He calls Drake out on everything, from the way he walks and talks to sneak dissing, and then he goes deeper, questioning how genuine Drake's connection to his black heritage is, considering his mixed heritage. It's a bit of a low blow, especially coming from Kendrick, whose wife is also mixed. It's kinda like, why go after Drake for embracing his black side when it's part of who he is? But then again, Kendrick is also hinting that Drake might be putting on a bit of a show, not keeping it real. So it's complicated, a mix of love and hate, but definitely heavy on the drama. Kendrick had some choice words, starting with, I can't give you no swag, I don't care who you hang with, I hate how you walk, talk, and even dress. He was surprised Drake even wanted a feature from him after all the subliminal digs Drake's thrown his way. So yeah, Kendrick confirmed Drake reached out for a collab, but he shut that down, saying that they're not cool like that, and he's not about to be used. Then he threw a jab, saying everyone calls Drake the boy, but he's like, where's the man? Haven't seen him, haven't even made him bleed yet. And then there's this burn about Drake trying to act tough or like a bad B, similar to how he views women, which is ironic given his history with dissing famous women like Megan Thee Stallion and Rihanna. Kendrick's pretty much calling him out for not genuinely respecting women. He also spilled some tea about Drake's behind-the-scenes maneuvers. Apparently, Drake tried to stop a track Kendrick liked from spreading by hitting up people with cease and desist orders. Plus, he's been snooping around trying to dig up dirt on Kendrick, but he hasn't found anything juicy. However, Kendrick pulled out a scandal about Drake himself, mentioning how Drake supposedly paid $530,000 to settle a lawsuit quietly, something which was briefly reported then kinda disappeared from the news. So Kendrick's not just defending his space, he's calling out Drake's actions. relations, both public and private. Kendrick threw a subtle shade at Drake over his connections with the younger stars in the industry. He's like, I make music that electrifies, you make music that just soothes, hinting that Drake's music is like pacifiers for babies. He then brings up how weird it was when Drake, who was in his 30s, was texting Millie Bobby Brown when she was just 14 or 15. Kendrick could have gone hard on this point, but he chose to let it slide this time. Millie, on her side, seems to really admire Drake. She met him in Australia, thinks he's fantastic, a great friend and role model. They keep in touch through text, sharing how much they miss each other, and she's pumped to catch up with him soon in Atlanta. She kept it pretty vague about the advice he gives, especially about boys, saying it's something they keep between their text messages.
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
Kendrick was pretty clever with how he slipped in those details, almost like a heads up to Drake, hinting that he's holding back some more serious ammo. And while Drake is busy trying to dig up dirt on Kendrick, Kendrick's just focused on being a good dad to his kid, throwing shade by saying that he's just not all talk. He also dropped a killer line, flipping the script on Drake feeling outnumbered in the industry, saying it's not him against everyone but just him against all of Drake's ghostwriters. Overall, Kendrick's diss track packed a punch, and it looks like he's got the upper hand this time.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around, and the fact
Drake tried to clap back at Kendrick by sharing a clip from 10 Things I Hate About You, where the character Kat lists everything she dislikes about Patrick, even though she really likes him. I thought the meme was pretty funny, though it might not click with all of the hip-hop fans. But here's a heads up to Drake. He might want to watch his next step because he's got some skeletons in his closet, and Kendrick isn't afraid to rattle them. If Drake does hit back, he better be ready for whatever Kendrick throws next, because it sounds like Kendrick might have something up his sleeve that could hit really hard. Whew, alright folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the Kendrick versus Drake saga. From diss tracks to hidden meanings to all the subtle jabs in between, this beef is cooking up more drama by the minute. What do you think Kendrick has waiting in the wings? And how should Drake maneuver through this lyrical minefield? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And hey, don't miss out on our next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated. Catch you in the next one. Bye.